The leaked scripts for the upcoming sweeps week just landed on our desk, and what they are planning to do to Jason and Drew is downright criminal. We are holding an insider leak that completely flips the script on everything we thought we knew about the twin brothers' future. If you thought the recent ceasefire was the end of their bitter rivalry, you are in for a massive shock. Word from our most reliable casting shakeup sources is that a monumental return is secretly in the works, one that will shatter this fragile piece into a million pieces. The network is trying to keep this under wraps, but the whispered rumors in the studio halls confirm a storyline so explosive it will rewrite decades of Port Charles history. We are talking about a betrayal so deep and a jealousy so toxic that it will make their previous feuds look like absolute child's play. Get ready, because the upcoming episodes are about to unleash an absolute firestorm on your screens. Let us take a quick look at the suffocating tension currently choking the life out of Port Charles. Jason has made the absolute ultimate sacrifice, walking away from Sonny and the mob life entirely just to protect his son Danny. We all saw the emotional toll his WSB captivity took on him, and how he took the fall for Rocco shooting Ross Cullum. Now, he is desperately trying to prove he is a changed man, prioritizing his family above the criminal underworld. Meanwhile, Drew is drowning literally and figuratively. After Nina pushed his wheelchair into the lake and Gio had to resuscitate him, Drew is now completely cornered by Jack Brennan's blackmail evidence regarding his embezzled funds. The tension between Jason and Drew has been thick enough to cut with a knife, especially with Drew vehemently opposing Jason's earnest request to let Danny and Scout spend quality time together. It has been an absolute pressure cooker, ladies, with both men standing on the edge of a cliff, ready to push the other over into the abyss. But here is where our insider leak gets incredibly juicy. According to the upcoming scripts, Jason and Drew are actually going to wave the white flag and call a truce. Yes, you heard that right. I believe they are finally going to realize that this endless twin war is only destroying the people they love most, Danny and Scout. With Jason stepping away from the criminal underworld and refusing Sonny's new missions, he is proving to Drew that he is no longer a walking target for mob retaliation. I think Drew will finally look at Jason not as a dangerous enforcer or a lethal threat, but as a genuine brother who is trying to heal. They are going to sit down, look at the immense trauma their kids have endured over the years, and agree to put the painful past behind them. A beautiful, heartwarming truce for the sake of the children. It sounds like the perfect, happy ending that we have all been waiting for, right? Do not let this temporary peace fool you, because in the soap opera world, happiness is just the calm before a devastating storm. I have been analyzing the character trajectories deeply, and if you ask me, this truce is built on a foundation of Sam. Jason is pouring every ounce of his soul into being a present father for Danny, trying to erase the traumatizing years he lost while held captive by the WSB. Drew, on the other hand, is slowly regaining his mobility after his fake stroke, but his personal life is an absolute disaster zone. Willow is moving back into the Quartermain gatehouse and aggressively seducing Chase, leaving Drew completely isolated, humiliated, and utterly alone in his struggle. Scout is the absolute only anchor keeping Drew tethered to reality right now. He needs his daughter more than he needs oxygen, relying on her presence to validate his existence in a town that constantly overlooks him. Now, hold on to your hats and brace yourselves, because this is the leaked casting shakeup that will blow the roof off General Hospital. What if Sam McCall's not actually dead? What if the absolute love of Jason's life, the fiercely devoted mother of Danny and Scout, makes a miraculous, heart-stopping return to Port Charles? Our sources are buzzing with intense whispers that Sam is secretly alive and fighting her way back to her family. Just imagine the sheer magnitude of that television moment. Sam walking through the hospital doors, locking eyes with Jason across the room. The undeniable electric chemistry of their romance reigniting instantly, burning hotter than ever. If Sam returns, her very first instinct will be to reunite her fractured family. She will desperately want Jason, she will want Danny, and most importantly, she will want Scout back under her roof where she belongs. This is exactly where the leaked script details turn incredibly dark and twisted. I firmly believe that Sam's miraculous return will be the ultimate catalyst for Drew's complete psychological collapse. Think about it from his fragile perspective. He is already losing Willow to her manipulative schemes and her lingering, toxic feelings for Chase. His identity has been stripped away, his freedom threatened by Brennan's blackmail, and his pride shattered by Nina's lake attack. If Sam returns and immediately gravitates toward Jason, taking Scout with her to form a perfect, happy family unit, Drew will be left with absolutely nothing. He will be the discarded, forgotten twin once again. I can already see the heartbreaking scenes playing out. Drew standing alone in the shadows, watching Jason, Sam, Danny, and Scout laughing together, while he is entirely shut out in the freezing cold. I am telling you guys, the profound loneliness Drew is experiencing will rapidly mutate into a toxic, festering jealousy that consumes his soul. He will never openly admit that he is envious of Jason's happiness. Oh no, Drew is far too proud and stubborn for that kind of self-reflection. Instead, he will convince himself that he is the righteous protector of the family. I think Drew will start telling himself that Jason is still far too dangerous for Sam and the kids, despite Jason officially leaving the mob and defying Sonny. He will rationalize his dark, jealous feelings by claiming that Jason's violent past will always catch up to them, and that Scout's life will be incredibly unstable if she lives with Jason and Sam. This twisted, delusional justification will become the dangerous fuel for a massive betrayal that absolutely no one will see coming. According to the urgent whispers from the writer's room, Drew is going to launch a covert, systematic campaign to completely sabotage Jason and Sam's romantic reunion. I am predicting a series of highly calculated, manipulative moves designed specifically to plant seeds of doubt in Sam's mind. Drew might use his lingering, complicated connection with Sam to emotionally manipulate her vulnerability. He will play the ultimate victim card, using Scout as an emotional pawn to guilt-trip Sam into spending more time with him and less time with Jason. He might even secretly coordinate with outside threats, perhaps leveraging his remaining underworld connections, just to make it look like Jason's mob ties are still active and endangering the family. It is going to be a masterclass in psychological warfare, executed by a man who feels he has nothing left to lose. If you really look at the rich history here, Drew's resentment is decades in the making and ready to explode. He was given Jason's face, Jason's memories, and Jason's entire life without his consent. When the real Jason miraculously returned, Drew had to painfully carve out his own existence, only to constantly be compared to the golden boy enforcer of Port Charles. Now, Jason gets to walk away from Sonny's empire, play the noble hero for Rocco, and potentially win back the gorgeous woman they both love deeply. It is a bitter, jagged pill to swallow. I believe Drew's upcoming actions will stem from a place of profound brokenness rather than pure evil. He isn't just trying to hurt Jason maliciously, he is desperately trying to hold on to the only piece of family he has left, Scout. But in his desperate grasp, he is going to cross moral lines that can never ever be uncrossed. But let us be completely real here, ladies. Jason Morgan is absolutely no fool. You cannot run a covert sabotage operation against the most lethal, observant enforcer in Port Charles history without leaving a massive trail of clues. I am fully expecting a massive, explosive confrontation when Jason finally connects the dots and uncovers the truth. Imagine the raw intensity of that upcoming scene. Jason, with his signature cold, calculating stare, cornering Drew in the Quartermain mansion living. Jason will realize that the brother he just made peace with, the man he compromised his own strict boundaries for, has been cowardly stabbing him in the back this entire time. The betrayal will cut deeper than any WSB bullet Jason has ever taken, because this time, it is about the woman he loves and the fragile family he is desperately trying to rebuild from the ashes. When the ugly truth finally comes out, that fragile, heartwarming truce will instantly vaporize into thin air. We're looking at the terrifying reignition of the Twin War, but this time, the emotional stakes are astronomically higher. This is no longer just a petty squabble over ELQ shares, corporate takeovers, or Quartermain family politics. This is a visceral, blood feud battle for love, family, and basic survival. Jason and Drew will go to absolute war over who gets to claim the life they both feel entirely entitled to. I can see Jason reverting to his most ruthless, protective instincts to shield Sam and the kids from Drew's toxic manipulation. And Drew, backed into a desperate corner with absolutely nothing left to lose, will fight back with the unpredictable ferocity of a wounded animal. The collateral damage across Port Charles will be absolutely catastrophic. Here is the absolute climax of this leaked storyline, the massive secret that is going to blow up in everyone's faces during the highly anticipated sweeps week. I have it on excellent authority that Drew's sabotage will go so far that he will accidentally put young Scout in direct, terrifying physical danger. In his blind, consuming obsession to prove that Jason is a threat to the family, Drew will orchestrate a dangerous scenario that spirals completely out of his control. When Jason has to step in, risk his own life, and save Scout from Drew's own manufactured crisis, the ultimate truth will be brutally exposed to Sam. Sam will see exactly what Drew has, become a bitter, manipulative shell of the honorable man she once. The emotional fallout will be monumental, permanently fracturing the twin bond and leaving the Quartermain family in absolute, devastating ruins. So, I have to ask all of you, my fabulous and dedicated viewers, when the dust finally settles and the ugly truth about Drew's sinister sabotage is dragged into the glaring light, is there any coming back from this ultimate betrayal? Can Jason ever forgive a twin brother who actively tried to steal his family and ruin his happiness? Or will this be the final fatal blow to the Morgan Kane bloodline forever? Drop your passionate thoughts in the comments below, because I absolutely need to know whose side you are on when this explosive twin war destroys Port Charles.